So I mentioned about practicing your breath technique for labor. So this is super important so that you're not just caught out in the moment and you kind of are starting to understand what each of those parts mean. So as I mentioned, with the diaphragmatic breathing, it has been part of your pregnancy program with me if you've been following me. It is also in the labor lab as well. So remember, we're inhaling into a 3-dimensional 360 breath. So you should be getting some breath into your back, into your ribs, a little in your belly, and down into that perineum. So the best way to practice both the pushing and early labor, because the crowning is going to be a little bit harder other than practicing that breath, is to use the toilet. So the toilet is somewhere that our body is naturally conditioned to relax in order for us to have a bowel movement, right? So it is the best place to practice pushing. In fact, a lot of midwives and doulas will call it the dilation station. So sometimes they will actually get you to actively sit on the toilet through early and active labor to get that cervix to open, because it is such a natural thing. So practice on the toilet. If you are on the toilet, we want to make sure that your knees are at a comfortable position. So what I want you to do is, if you have access to a squatty potty, then use the squatty potty so that your knees are in a better position to release tension on the pelvic floor. You can even pack a transferable squatty potty into your labor bag. So just remember, you've got a travel squatty potty, it would be great for you. Knees are up, nice and relaxed. Okay, I want you to practice with a bell movement. So you're going to inhale, and remember, get your fingers down there, feel the perineum, or get a mirror and look and see, okay, that is what's happening when I inhale. From here, then you're going to inhale, you're going to exhale, bear down, nice and deep voice, and you're going to push out that poop. There's one thing I want you to remember though. We do not push the baby out through your anus, obviously. We push them out through the vagina, and they are different. So you can practice with bowel movements, just bear in mind that you are pushing out through the vagina. So that's where you need to think about the 2 fingers pushing out a tampon, or pushing out your partner's penis. And again, like I said, dilation station, a lot of the time, if you are stuck at a centimeter, sitting on the toilet will allow your brain to naturally relax in that moment. There's no right or wrong. There's what feels right in the moment, but practicing really will help, especially the inhale into the pelvic floor to get your pelvic floor to relax.